we began talking about the past tense, and more specifically pronunciation of regular ed verbs in the past tense. Okay? By the time you finish level 2, you need to be able to speak in the past tense, and people need to be able to understand you. Okay? So let's just, as a quick review, review the rules that we learned about ed endings. Okay, if you remember, we talked about 3 different pronunciations of ed endings. And see if you can do this without opening your book. Let's see what you remember. Okay, what was one of the options we had?
ID.
ID.
Okay, ID or id. Okay. What is the rule for id?
Stop.
If the last
T and D.
Yeah. Okay, if it ends in a T or a D, then we can use id. What are some examples of regular verbs?
Started.
Started.
Needed.
Okay, good. We have started.
Invited.
Needed.
Invited. Okay.
Excited.
I heard needed.
Needed. Excited.
Okay. Needed. D. What was the one?
Excited.
Excited.
Lighted.
Handed.
Okay. Excited. Excited. One more.
Wanted.
Handed.
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 Okay, we have handed. Okay, so anytime the last sound is a T or a D, it's id.
Interested.
Interested. Okay. Wanted, I heard as well. Okay, good. So, what was one of our other options?
T.
Okay, ending in a T sound.
And vowels.
What's the rule
What?
for T?
And vowels.
Unvoiced.
And vowels.
Okay, what does that mean? Unvoiced.
Without vibration.
T.
Yeah, without a vibration.
Fine.
Yeah, if you hold your hand right here when you say that last line and there's no vibration, it's a T sound. So what are some examples of verbs?
Ask.
Ask it.
Ask.
Ask.
Asked. Okay, good. Asked.
What?
Watched. So the part of correct pronunciation is not just knowing which one, but also correctly pronouncing them. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of practice. You should have done this with Charlene on Thursday. I'm going to point at somebody and I'm going to give you a regular verb in present tense. Okay, and as fast as you can, you give me the correct past tense pronunciation. Okay, so make sure you pay attention to do I need an id, a t, or a d. Okay? So, and may I erase this or are you guys still, okay, you're still writing. Okay. I would erase it so you don't have a cheat sheet. Okay? So, Allah, stretch. Stretched. Good. Kumail, dream.
Dreamed.
Dream. Okay? Like.
Like.
Liked. Good. Touched.
Touched.
Again?
Touched.
There we go. Touched. Kiss.
Kissed.
Good. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Okay. Reach.
Reached.
Ask.
Asked. Asked. Asked.
Asked.
Asked.
It's a hard one. Asked.
Asked.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so when you're at home, take a list of ed verbs. You can take a list from here, you can take a list from anywhere that you see them practice. Okay? Practice. Listen to yourself. Maybe use a mirror and practice, practice, practice. Especially if some of you have trouble with like an M and D together, or a K and T together, or a J and a D together. Practice. Okay? So, Part also of being able to pronounce verbs correctly is being able to hear them when they're pronounced. Okay? So turn to page number 88 in your book. Page number 88. Okay? Exercise 9. Distinguishing among ED endings. Okay, so listen and write the following words that you hear. Then check the sound that you hear at the end of the word. So you need to first write the verb, and then check, is it an id, a t, or a d? Okay? So this is track number 19.
Page 88, activity 9. Distinguishing among ED endings. 1. Turn. Turn.
2. Rented. Rented.
So did you catch all of them?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, no? A little bit. Okay. So the first one they did for us, it was turned. Yep, in his voice, so duh. Okay. Number 2, Allah. Okay. Which one was it? What was the verb? Okay, id, I agree. ID. What was the verb?
Rented.
Rented. Good. How do I spell that?
R-E-N-T.
Yeah, R-E-N-T.
E-D.
E-D. Okay, rented. Good. 2.
Mixed.
Mixed. Okay, and ending? T. Okay, 3. Muhammad. We're going to go on to activity number 11. Okay, practicing using our ED endings in context. Okay, so we have a story. Jennifer moved into her new place, and you need to tell the story of what she did. What happened? First, what happened, then, after that, etc. And there are pictures here to help show you what happened, and there's verbs that you need to use in the past tense. Okay? In a moment, I'm going to have you work with a partner to practice telling the story and using the correct past tense pronunciation. But first, let's go over together how do we pronounce each past tense verb. Okay? Also, if you have questions, what does a verb mean? Please ask. Okay? So first one under 1, we have move. What's the past tense?
Moved.
Moved. Okay, good. So we have here. Next we have carry.
Carried.
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 Carried or carried?
Carried. Did. I-E-D.
D.
Or did?
D.
D.
D. Yeah, you say the last one. E. Carry. It's vibrating. So D. Carried.
But remove I, Y.
Yeah. It would.
I-E-D.
It's spelled like that. Carried. Wait, 2 R's.
Double.
Yeah. Carried. Okay. So watch.
T.
Watch.
Watched. Okay. T. Call. Called. Okay. Ask. Asked. Okay. Describe.
Describe.
Have Allah and Suraj will work together. Okay. So tell the story to each other using these past tense verbs and use your ordering words. Okay. Gianni and Muhammad. Kumail and Hashi. Abdul and Azdi, and Nawa, Joy, Abdul and Azdi. Okay?
What about pronunciation and decided?
Okay, decide.
ID.
Yeah, because the last sound is a D,
Decided.
so decided.
IED.
Yeah. Well, it's just ED. Just add a D. Just add a D for spelling. Decided. Okay. Okay. So in your groups, practice telling the story of her day while she was moving in. Okay. So you'll have to fit the verbs into a context.
Make a story. So, story. Next story.
A mover. A mover. M-O.
Make a story.
R. Yeah, a mover.
So,
The person who moves the furniture. Mover.
Make sentence.
excuse me.
Yeah, so you're going to tell a story using these verbs. So you might, yeah, every picture is part of the story. So you might need to name some people and just make up a beginning and use ordering words to tell the story. Uh-huh.
She describes
Something to help us.
The boxes? The boxes or the trolley? Trolley. Okay. Carry. So, for example, I am carrying my water bottle. It's in my hands. It's moving around me. I'm carrying it. Now, sorry, Sriracha. Now I'm not carrying it. Okay. It doesn't matter if the friend is a girl or female. The fact is that his, if you say his, then it belongs to a guy. If you say her, it belongs to a girl. Yeah. So she called. Is it her friend? So the friend. Okay. Okay. So you have she called. Okay. Does a friend belong to this person, or does a friend belong to the man? So this is a girl. So her friend. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the friend is a girl or if the friend is a guy. In English, it only matters that the person who it belongs to is female.
She looked at the furniture.
Okay, so if she were a guy and he has a friend, it would be his friend. So for example, all of Suraj's friends, even if they're girls, are his friends. Because Suraj is a that would be like give something to him. Yeah, it's like he as an object. Okay? All of your friends, because you are a girl, it doesn't matter if they're girls or guys, are called her friends.
Peace.
Yeah, so her and his show possession. It shows that it belongs to somebody. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's a subject or an object. It's just that it belongs to somebody. Okay? We use his if it belongs to a guy, and her if it belongs to a girl. Okay? So he and him, he is like a subject, and him is an object. And there's no possession with he or him. Same with she and her.
And then
Different meaning of
she
her.
washed
Just
it,
that didn't.
her clothes,
Okay.
and dropped it.
So her friend. Yeah, you don't. No, just speak. Just speak. So maybe. Yeah. So you're telling a story. Is she? You're with. Well, you have to work together, and so if he knows everything, he has to let you also work. Okay? So you're telling a story. So for example, say her name is Kathy or Sarah, or however you want to call her, and she is moving. So first, on her moving day, what happened? They came, the movers came, and they moved everything and carried her boxes. At the same time, Sarah watched. After that, she called her. That's we have more verbs here. So we need to make sure to use all of the verbs. Okay? So I'll let you. Okay, so we have been talking about past tense verbs and practicing pronunciation. You just used a very guided activity in your book using verbs that they gave you. Now, you guys are going to do hopefully a fun activity using the past tense. Okay? So I have here 3 different comic stories. Here's 1, 2, and a third one. Okay? In groups of 3, each group is going to get a comic story. And you're going to, as a group, make a story with it. Okay? You're going to write down what happened, in what order. And then, at the end, you're going to come to the class and share the story with it. Okay? So there are pictures here to help you tell the story and space to write as well. Okay? You need to write your story in the past tense. Okay? And when you share it with the class, you need to make sure that you are detailed in your story because the class, everybody has a different picture. Okay? So they will not see the story, so you need to make sure to be clear in the story that you get. Okay? So these are all what we call comics. Does anybody know this word, comics? Comics. Okay, comics are often found, for example, in the newspaper, the Sunday newspaper, and there's usually a page with a lot of cartoons, and there's frames, and there's a story. It's like a picture story with words in it telling the story. Okay, and comics are often funny. They have some sort of joke or something that should make you laugh in it. Okay, and these are 2 famous comics in the U.S. One is called Calvin and Hobbes, and the other is called Peanuts. And if you mention to almost any American, hey, I worked with a comic from Calvin and Hobbes in my class today, they will know what you are talking about. Or, hey, we worked with Peanuts in my class today, they'll know what you're talking about. Okay? So, in your groups, there will be 3 people in a group. You need to take your comic, and for each picture, write a part of the story, what is happening, or actually what happened. Okay? When you're done, you're going to share it with the class, and everybody in the group needs to speak. Okay? So, for the groups, we're going to number 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1s are together over here. 2s are together in the middle. 3s are together over here. Okay? So 1's over there, 2's over here, 3's over here. Okay, so 1's over here, 2's over here, 3's over there. Okay. So each of you get 1 picture. Okay. Okay. So 1's and okay, everybody gets a picture. Eyesight? Okay. So for be something in the story that you tell. Okay? So work as a group, not alone, as a group.
Okay.
So we have a story here. Okay? Each picture is a part of the story. So you need to, for each picture, write the story because you're going to share it with the class. Yes, you're going to be speaking. So, but I would write it down because you're going to share it with the class in front. Okay? So make sure as a group you know who's going to say what part of the story. And make sure you speak in the past tense. Okay?
Okay.
I think this one.
Pronunciation? Fish.
All the story together.
R-I-V-E-R.
Right.
You got it. Yep.
Okay. This one.
The boy was making a lot of money.
Because
Yeah.
he,
No, money dream. Yeah, he make a money and fish dream.
He didn't catch
He bought.
any.
Bought
Yep.
like
How do you
this.
spell it? C-A?
What was this?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this. They choose some number and what was this?
Number?
Yeah.
Some.
If the number is right and
Marco
he
has
a lot of money.
Okay, where's the
It's
verb?
too late or what?
Yeah, choose the number and if the number is right, everyone is the same on the TV. What's this?
No, but
No,
they.
not stop.
So I would actually, it's probably easier if you start the story right
Yeah.
here,
No.
with this one. This is kind of just like an introduction.
Just guys.
Do you know this?
In cartoon.
The boy.
From the 30 or 33 numbers and choose some number.
Boy,
That number.
that's
That
it.
number.
One,
If you choose the
Oh,
right
that would
number.
work. The
But-
boy wanted.
Like, no.
Even better if it's an ED.
Yeah.
What can I?
He made a money dream.
B-O-Y.
When the boy was sleeping, he dreamed about money. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is I don't know what's the choose the number. If you choose the right number, yeah.
A lottery ticket? Like you win money if you get the right
No,
number?
it's the
Choose
three.
number like this from the 30 numbers.
Yeah, a lottery ticket. Lottery. L-O-T-T-E-R-Y.
They was tiger.
Y.
Why?
A lottery, the new word, ticket.
Ticket.
T-I-C-K-E-T.
Lottery ticket.
And you guys, since it's your story, you can decide that this object can be anything you want it to be. It can be cash, it can be money, it can be a lottery ticket, it can be anything you want. It's your decision. So, woke up. Woke up. It's irregular. Wake, woke, woken. From sleeping. From. Wake, woke, woken.
Woke up.
Wake, woke, woken.
Okay. They was a tiger behind
There.
The
Not the. There.
there was
in.
tiger. It was named Hobbs.
Or you can say there was a tiger named Hobbs. Mhm.
Yeah.
Named Hobbs.
Or there are
Okay.
there is a
There
tiger behind.
was
There was
Or-
a tiger behind her.
He
His name.
his name
His name.
he make
was
money
Hobbs. Yeah, you can
Okay.
use that as well.
money dream.
Okay.
But not it used he because
made
here the
a
tiger
money
is like a person.
Oh, that's
He's
right.
acting like a person. So
Yeah.
we call him he.
Yeah, money dream.
When he fished, there was a tiger name hub behind.
Give the boy is the name.
That works too.
Okay.
So you both have two different grammars that, and both of them work. Okay?
No. What's the boy's name? You gave the boy name. Okay.
When he
scam, so called
Then pick her.
confused,
Yeah.
run points.
And his brand.
Last one.
last one.
Ups, see,
Saw.
saw, Lacoste, come.
This number is not.
And actually,
this number
it's actually
is
interesting,
not.
this little thing here, last time I used this, there was a debate in the group. Is this like a fish or something in the water?
Yeah.
Or is this the signature of the writer of the comic? So you guys can use whatever you want. Either it's part of the story and a fish, or that's not, and there's another reason for why he brought them. So I think it's actually a signature, but you could be like a monster or something. And you can be, it's Hunter the monster, right?
Houston,
Because but
I want to
because
he didn't
here one guy understand.
But Gianna, you have to, with the group code, you have to also be speaking, so I hope you can remember it.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so we need to come to the end of the story though. The other groups are almost done. Okay? So you need to come to the end.
Together? Yeah. Okay. Please? No, I Okay. And that's this? See your right to the I give you right?
They want to together.
Oh my gosh.
It's
really lucky.
With
Very lucky? Or lucky?
Lucky?
Yeah.
It was lucky?
Yeah.
It was luck.
Very fine. Very, very.
But
Wow,
don't write
okay.
any number for that.
That would work.
They don't have number, but you can check. Or that sentence don't have any number. So check. You know?
But I already heard this brand
But
not very
it's very difficult to give you after and the last story give you the number.
English, I hear Arabic.
Econ is very tall story.
Okay.
Guys, I hear Arabic over there.
Your idea.
English.
Me the story, okay?
You can give me an idea. It's good.
I read.
So you guys need to make a decision. You have 2 minutes, and then we're going to be ready. Okay? 2 minutes left.
And okay, egg number and
Oh, crocodile.
crocodile.
Okay.
That's okay.
Different here. Because this number.
Well, a crocodile has a very thin mouth, like in the Nile in Egypt. That would be a crocodile. An alligator, like that picture, has a wider mouth. Crocodile works though. It's just, they're very similar. It's just a little.
Which one here? Crocodile. Yeah. This number not.
Okay. You can write the number.
Not the right number.
So 1 more minute left. I'm going to move you along. 1 minute left, and then we're going to be ready. And you're all ready. I'm ready now.
You're saying already, yeah?
So make sure you have some type of conclusion. Even if you don't get to the last picture, have an ending to your story. Okay? So you have 1 minute left. Read, read. Like read a book. R-E?
User.
A-D. R-E? No.
I first.
R-E?
So then,
R-E?
okay, 3 is yours.
E.
Okay, 3 is yours.
A-D.
Yeah, like this.
It looks exactly the same as present tense, but it's pronounced different. So read in present tense, read in past.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3. This is the number. Okay? Okay.
Just go first. There's no working, so.
And 1. This is 1.
Crocodile.
2.
So
2. Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Calvin.
But if we
And
want to
1.
say
Okay?
like
Upside down.
Yeah.
Upside down.
Upside down.
Please.
Upside
I
down.
want to
UP.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
U-P-S-I.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay.
The new word,
Number is
down.
Okay?
Okay, so upside down, the top is down.
And
Clearly.
you second.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, second. First.
The end for the last picture, or what?
Why you use
The end. Just the end.
Why?
No.
Actually, the end would come after the last picture. So you'd say,
Final.
finally, this happened, then the end. You don't even really need the end, but that's the last one. So that's the last one.
I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes 1.
Yeah.
No, actually it's 1.
Speak correctly.
This one.
But please repeat it.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope.
Okay.
Because if you want, go ahead. Just be in agreement in your group. If you want to switch this in the order you can, but be in agreement. Okay? Because you wrote the story, so if it makes sense and it follows, that's okay.
This is my story.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah, the number. The numbers. Yeah, the numbers.
Eleven
From
ones.
the
Okay.
and to see that.
Read the number.
That's C, A,
One is number.
R is
Number.
the number
E,
of
D.
the
Okay?
Eleven ones. Okay.
From.
wrong.
Read the number of the yeah.
Okay.
Read the number of the
Okay, so you need to decide who is saying what. Okay? Do you guys know who's saying what? Are you guys, do you know who is saying which part of the story? Okay. So, 20 seconds and we'll start. I'm giving this group 1 minute to converse. Okay, when your partners, when your classmates are telling your story, make sure you are listening and not discussing in your groups. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, stand up.
So if I can have everybody's attention, please.
Okay.
Go first.
Gianni,
Want to take this?
Gianni, Allah, this group as well, okay? Make sure you are listening to your classmates and not talking within your group, okay? So you should all kind of know already what you're going to say. So make sure you listen, okay? And that starts right now. So this group would like to go first. They've been done for a while, so we'll let them. So make sure you listen, okay? And if you have questions, ask a question. Probably them. Okay? So,
Okay, start.
This is the first picture,
This picture.
a kite,
kite.
kite, sorry. And the second picture now, the boys, sorry, Mark and Mary wanted to fly the kite. Okay. And that one, second, that one. They started to fly the kite.
Okay, and everybody has to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And
The fourth.
the fourth picture, Mark tried to fly the kite.
The fifth picture. They want to fly.
Wanted.
They wanted to fly the kite together. And the sixth picture. He blew the kite. The seventh picture. He ran with the kite to fly.
Okay.
No, eight.
Number 8. The kite doesn't fly.
Didn't.
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 Didn't, yeah. In the past.
The 9. They were excited because the kite was broke. 10.
Yeah.
Then he cried because his kite broke.
Okay, good. He cried.
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 Yeah.
Cried. Okay.
That's
Very
what I
good.
finished this.
Okay. So next group. Which group? Oh, they're pointing at each other. This group. Okay, so make sure you're all listening. Okay, so everybody listen.
One day, the Sim was sleeping. He had a dream about a lot of money.
Calvin scared because he was outside. Hobbes saw crocodile, so he carried Calvin upside down.
Okay. All right. Good. So an upside down is feet on top. We picked them up in pairs like that. Okay, good job. Okay, good job. Okay, I think most of you guys did a very good job using past tense throughout the story and did a good job working to tell the story even if you didn't know the vocabulary. Okay? So, unfortunately we are out of time. We did not get time to work on your presentations today, but you know you have your presentations on Wednesday. If any of you have any questions about your presentation or want some feedback from me, you can ask me right after class, okay? I'm also in my office hour from 3 to 4:30 today and from 12:45 to 1:30 tomorrow if you have any questions. I know I said you would get time today to work on your presentations, but we ran out of it, unfortunately, okay? 12:45 to 1:30, okay? So you can't come in and practice giving it to me, but if you have questions, does my topic work? Do I have enough information? Will this idea work, etc. You can come in, okay? So I would recommend, especially those who were nervous last time, practicing at home. Stand in front of a mirror, watch yourself practice giving your presentation to yourself, okay? Or find a friend, practice giving your presentation to a friend. This will help you to be less nervous and to help you to not come up and realize I don't remember anything that I prepared. Okay? Okay, so, good. I think that will be it for class today. Okay, so keep practicing using the past tense. These are going to show up on both of your final exams for this class. Just a hint. Okay, pronunciation and speaking in the past tense. So if you don't have any more questions, you guys can go. We will begin class at 1 o'clock with presentations. So make sure you are on time so you do not come in the middle of the classmate's presentation. Okay?
Which day?
Wednesday, next class time. Wednesday.
We come, for example,
1 o'clock, on time.
Yeah. All time.
Yeah. So next class period, we start with your presentations. Okay? So I'll see you guys on Wednesday, unless you come to my office hours. Okay. Thank you.